Hello world, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Aurora and I am here to tap into a weekly energy update with you all. So so this will be for the week of April 19th, 2021. Usually I'll start off by talking about, kind of what has happened the previous weekend astrologically, because we've had not always astrologically, we've had Easter and spring equinox, and we've had a full moon and a new moon and all these different things. And this weekend I don't really have anything like that to open with, so I'm just gonna kind of tap into energetically what is going on, just intuitionally. So I only have a few notes here, just really not that much at all, and I have my decks here. I'm just going to pull a few from there and see what comes through, but this is all basically going to be channeled right here, right now with you guys. So I am recording this on the Saturday before the Monday because I'm going on a little adventure with my boyfriend, so I will not be able to record and upload this, so I'm making sure my responsibilities are taken care of, and I'm doing it right here, right now. So, okay, I'm just going to connect to my breaths. What does the collective need to hear this week? Anybody that is drawn to these videos, what do we need to hear? Awesome. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go with these little, because that's really what I'm receiving. So I wrote my few notes, not much, but the first one is disconnecting from our external world, disconnecting from Facebook, from any media outlets, from anything outside of this present now moment that you are in. This is the strongest message for everybody, because there's so much going on out there right now, and we're really being asked to come back to our heart center, to come back to our purpose, to come back to a deeper place within ourselves. And so in order for us to do that, which that's my second point, is connect to yourself within, is to go within, and is to sit with the parts of yourself that are asking to be sat with, because this energy that we're in is very rapid. I was talking about timeline collapsing and shifting and convergence and all this different stuff. Well, now we are embodying that process of these timelines collapsing. So all of this stuff, and I just saw 333 just as I was saying that, so that was cool. I was saying we're supported. We have so much support. Are you listening? Are you listening to the guidance? Or are you choosing to not? Or are you thinking that you think that you know what you need to do, but you're actually not listening and receiving the guidance that you need? So this week we're really just being called to slow down and disconnect. Disconnect from everything and everyone that you can. Not even can, because you can. You can disconnect from everything and everyone energetically, right? And through your mind. And that's really where our power is going to be this week. And I'm being guided to also say connecting to your breath. This is really going to be powerful too, to shift out the energies that have been stagnated. And then being fully present. That's the other one that I had written down. So as we're working on, disconnecting from our external, connecting to our internal and listening and being fully present, then we'll receive the guidance that we need in order to make it to that next level, in order to break the patterns that you have been in or that you have embodied for a long time. These are very long withheld patterns that are being broken right now, which is why it's so intense. There's going to be like, I'm either feeling an energy of, you know, like if you have already been practicing like disconnecting from the external world and connecting to the internal world and being present, this week is going to be a very easy coast week, and we're leading up to this full moon as well, right? So I'll talk about that when it comes, but it will be in Scorpio as well, so keep that in mind. Scorpio is all about our shadow, so keep in mind this week that we are entering into this energy of a Scorpio full moon. So if you want to look into, you know, what a Scorpio represents and go a bit deeper so that you can understand that energy, then I invite you to do that so that when this new moon comes, you can really understand the depth of your shadow, of you, of who you are, of what you are and what you are not, and what you become, and what you want to become, and so on and so forth. Okay, let me see what else wants to come through for this week. Yeah, so it's solar plexus, very solar plexus energy. So this is your willpower. So discipline, I'm hearing discipline. So if you're feeling, okay, yeah, so there's a lot of ungrounded energy this week, and also like I'm feeling travel, but also I'm about to be, you know, doing my trip, so I'm not sure if it's April 17th at 7:17. Sorry, I just had to say it. So I don't know if this is just the energy I'm feeling or if this is the collective energy, but you know, we can always say that it's one and the same at the end of the day anyway, right? So there's like the sense of movement coming anyways, and it's like if you're not grounded in your presence in that moment, and you're worried about this, or your mind's over here, or your heart's over here, you're all spread thin, then you're not going to be able to be grounded as you're moving through. Okay, so I think that's what they're talking about then. So we're moving through this energy this week of basically what are you going to hold on to is what I'm hearing. What are you going to hold on to? What are you choosing to not let go of that is being asked to let go? Because there's a lot of like loose ends being tied up this week is about, and that's kind of what is like, okay, so that's the practice. All week you're coming back to yourself, you're coming back to yourself, you're coming back to yourself. And then as you do every time, you're clearing things deeper and deeper and deeper. And it's like, oh my God, when does it end? It ends when you choose to liberate yourself from the pattern, right? So it's only as long as you want to be in that pattern. Cool. I'm not really getting anything more, so I am gonna pull some cards and let the information kind of roll through. I got a new deck. I'm excited. Archetypes. Guidebook, The Wild Unknown Archetypes. And it's so cool because they're little circles. Okay, so let's see. I'm gonna pull some cards for this week. What do people need to hear this week? What do we need to hear this week? What do we need to hear? Okay. Okay, so we can't hide anymore. We can't hide anymore. There's no more hiding, and the truth is coming. And so in order for us to rise above, to empower, to embrace your authenticity, and to step into the higher timeline that you deserve, this must be shed, whatever this is. So there's gonna be, sorry, I'm all over the place today, but it's some interesting energy, and it's like polarized. It's very polarized, is what I'm hearing, and we're gonna be feeling that a lot, and that's why it's so important to disconnect from out there. You know, get your cards, get your journal, do your yoga, meditate, exercise, eat good food. Like, really focus on that this week. That's really what's coming through. Yeah, yeah. I've had a few friends reach out to me, and like they're really going through a rough time, and I think that's kind of the energy that I'm wanting to tap into right now, before I pull these cards, because I did want to mention about that as well, because it's really potent. It's literally like dark night of the soul. It feels like, yeah, once again, dark night of the soul energy this week around purging and purifying and cleansing. And we're just going to keep the same pattern. Is going to keep resurfacing, because it's just a constant purification process. And in order for us to get to our highest vibration, and to balance it and to actually create a sustainable life and environment, you have to keep purifying it. So it's not like, oh my God, does it ever end? But it's just like, no, it really doesn't. But it does get easier, and you know, you are more in alignment. Every time that you clean the gunk, you're purifying your vessel. So it does get easier, but you have to go through it. You have to go through the process. So that is just how she goes. You just have to go through it. All right, what do we need to hear? So, from the Archangel Oracle deck, I'm just going to pull 2 cards. Awesome. And the Light Seers Tarot, just to get a little bit of a layer. Thought there was something on my head. What is going on this week? Yeah, first, this is the bottom of the deck. Death and rebirth, exactly. Beginnings and endings, beginnings and endings, beginnings and endings, over and over and over again, until you have purged and purified your old and have integrated and embodied your new. Okay, let's see, what do we have? Okay, so we got the 2 of Wands, the Hierophant, and the Queen of Wands. Okay, cool. So like, just from looking at these real quick, so I see like this woman, you know, she's like, oh, you know, I want to travel the world, I want to explore, I want to live, I wonder what it's like out there, and she's dreaming, basically. And then this card is showing the Hierophant. This is like our path to enlightenment, walking up the staircase to nirvana or samadhi, and it's through this deep contemplation, exploring internal worlds and navigating the universe within. And this is how we are raising our consciousness and our understanding, and boom, embodiment in the palm of your hands. That's cool. Okay, let's see. And I am going to read a little bit out of the book as well for those, just to get some context. Okay. So we have the ocean, emotions. Oh, cool. This is cool. So it kind of looks like eyes. So it's like your third eye or your connection to vision, and the ocean. So the ocean representing water and emotion. So this is like clarity in your emotion, understanding your emotions this week. The eternal child, healing your inner child, letting you know that you're safe, that you're protected, that you're held, that you're abundant. And anything that's not in alignment with these higher frequencies, that's where the work is to be done, to be purified, to be processed, to be let go of. And remembering that you are a child of the universe. And the maiden, beautiful. And then back to this death and rebirth card with this, because initiation too, guys, here. So especially for the feminine. Okay, so this is really towards the feminine and the emotions. See, these are all the feminine without me even noticing. So we have the eternal child and the maiden. So this is an initiation. We're being initiated then this week, through our emotional healing and vulnerability and truth, because there's a lot of blue here as well. So truth, and then that heart, that green energy kind of coming from behind is signifying also heart center activation. So that's really cool. So the maiden is like, you have the maiden, mother, and crone. So the maiden is like the young woman, then the mother, and the crone is like the grandmother, the wisdom keeper. So this is an initiation for the collective from the, oh, that's so beautiful, from the eternal child to the maiden. Initiation. Awesome. And this is emotional maturing and healing as well. And this is through, like exploring the world within, your own confines. Like this also could be representing quarantine right now too. Right? So like anybody that is at home and that, feels trapped or stuck realizes, oh my goodness, I can break free within my mind. It's only myself that's limiting myself from traveling and exploring. And this doesn't need to mean physical at all. This just means traveling and exploring our internal realms, which then leads to realization, to self-realization, and to receive the guidance in order to get to where you want to be. All right, what else we got here? The ant and the pig. Cooperate for the highest good of the community. Okay, perfect. The ant, cooperate for the highest good of the community. So highest good of all. So understand that, okay, so I guess it's obvious to me, but it might not be obvious to everybody, but as we're doing our own personal healing, we're actually healing the collective. So as we heal ourselves, we heal the collective. And the more that we're able to heal ourselves, then we have access to the collective information. And that way we're able to tap in and understand. And this is where differentiating what is mine and what is not mine is very important right now. And that's why it's very important to be cutting our ties with the external world and going within on a journey to realize ourselves. And then pig, so maintain self-worth and self-esteem. Archangels Mary, Gabriel, and Uriel. Okay, so yeah, solar plexus, I tapped in earlier and I said, okay, and it said solar plexus, so that's exactly what it is, self-worth and self-esteem. So that's what's going to be blocking us this week. So that is our block, is like not feeling good enough or not feeling like a part of the team, like the and is like for the highest good of all in the community involved. So that could be saying like you don't feel connected to your tribe or to your community and you're wanting to feel more connected. So in order for you to feel more connected, you have to connect more to yourself and your self-worth and your self-esteem in order for you to connect with people on that frequency, on that vibration of that higher, worthy, I am worthy of love, I am worthy of loving connections, I am worthy of friendship, so on and so forth. And then back to the emotion here, right? So mature emotionally. this week through higher understanding. Okay, and then the hedgehog as well. So be a magnet for light, love, and joy. Archangel Gabriel. So our thoughts create our reality. So what it is that we are thinking, we're manifesting. So purifying. So holding space for that shadow self, for that part of you that doesn't feel worthy, and feeding yourself what it is that you love to do. Like this card, you know, like she is not even realizing what's in front of her, and she's looking out the window wishing she was somewhere else. So it's like we have to come back to this present moment and realize, you know, like find the laughter, find the joy within all of the hectic, and realize that your power is right here in the palm of your hand. And then we have this card here, the Hunter, and I'm going to find it in the book because it's just really interesting, especially with all the messages coming through with the dark and the light. So, and then the horse as well, so riding into battle, and then the warrior was right there too. I just had to show that. Okay, so let's see the Hunter. Hold up. Okay, so the Hunter, the seeker, the pursuer, the predator. So the Hunter hunts. They are on a precise mission with an aim. To return home empty-handed would be to fail, which is not an option in the hunter's eyes. This archetype will journey far and wide, seeking the prize that calls to its heart or stomach. Tales of bravery and feats of strength often result, creating a life full of adventure. The hunter is skillful, quick, decisive, and results-oriented. Like the great hunting goddess, Artemis, who carries her quiver upon her back, the hunter typically has a weapon of choice. When this card appears, it is critical that you ask 3 questions. What am I hunting? Why am I hunting it? And is the weapon I hold so tightly in my grip truly needed for the task at hand? So the light side of this card is focused, energized, respectful, and seasoned. The dark side is irresponsible, violent, and poaching. And they have like a go deeper section, so it says to check out Frida Kahlo's The Wounded Deer. I think that's a painting. Yeah, so then it also has, when you activate the hunter archetype, you are aligning your energy with the great creatures of the world. The lion, the wolf, the tiger, the shark. Do so with care. Okay, cool. Yeah. So like alchemizing our powerlessness into empowerment. So understanding how our, difficulties in our lives and the situations that we're in today, especially like as a community, because we have here the ant card, which is cooperating for the highest good of the community, right? And it's like really hard with all this duality and all this polarity and all this pushing and all this pulling and all these opinions and all this division and all this separation for anybody to actually hear what anybody's saying, because everybody's just so involved in whatever they believe in and what is important to them and so on and so forth. So it's like, well, how do people hear? And so we're being asked to be creative with our messages right now and to just spread the message of like the hedgehog, be a magnet for light, love, and joy, like be that magnet for light, love, and joy for others, know that you're worthy, know that this is your path, know that this is your mission. And if you don't know what your path or your mission is, then this is what you're being invited into this week, is to really clarify, especially with the Scorpio moon coming, because we're going to be asking for more purification, guys, more purification. So this week, really enjoy the chill energy, because next week we are going to be going through a little bit more turmoil in the sense of energetically with astrology coming up. Now, mind you, I'm sure there probably are things going on that I'm not aware of, but I haven't been guided to tap in or to relay any messages right now around astrology. So yeah, like I'm just not being guided, but I'm sure there is stuff going on. But yeah, so we're kind of being prepared this week, and that's kind of why I was like talking about like purifying, the purification process. It's just to keep purifying and refining so that we are able to embody this higher frequency and this higher vibration. And then when we get confronted out in the real world, we already are centered and grounded and connected to our heart space and in alignment with our truth. And that's why like it's so important to disconnect from the external world at this time. Plug into yourself, plug into your heart, plug into creativity, plug into things that you enjoy doing. Okay, yeah, cool. And this card just caught my eye too. So rabbit, right? Like it says recognize your significance. So yeah, that was the other message that I was getting too, is like this is our job is to speak up. It's our responsibility. And my really good friend just called me earlier and was like really going through a really intense lesson around, ridicule and being rejected from a community, and because she was speaking her truth and she was sharing on a very controversial topic right now, and people were attacking her and not even hearing what she was saying and just saying, oh, white supremacy and this and that and la-di-da. But it's like, she's like, do they not realize that I'm human? Do they not realize that, it hurts when I hear these things and this isn't my intention and I'm trying to raise awareness and all this stuff? And I said, no, they don't understand that. And that's why this path is so hard, because we even understand the ones that are saying things that aren't very nice to us. We even have love and compassion for the ones that are ripping us apart, that aren't speaking very kindly, that are, so attached to their belief system that they'll do anything in order to justify their belief system. And so unfortunately, they are not connected to the heart space, and they do not have compassion for others. And so then this is why it's so important for us right now to know our worth, and to recognize our significance and to cooperate with each other and, just do everything in your power to keep connecting to that strength within you that's guiding you, because we're now being activated, guys. Like, this is the maiden energy. We're going from the child. It's like when a girl gets her period, she's being initiated into her womanhood, right? So that's honestly the energy of this week, is like being initiated into our womanhood and into our emotions and their guidance system and our intuition and spirit. So this is going to be a very either like this, woo, or you found the equilibrium, so you're either riding the wave or you're really getting pulled up and down. So, but with the energy being, more chilled and more calm before this moon coming, I really invite you to consciously slow down and choose to realize that anything that you want in the external comes from shifting the internal, but then also listening so that you know when to make the move, when to make the next step, because the action is a part of the manifestation. You have to put the action in order to get the action out, right? We can't just think it all into existence. Yeah, our thoughts create our reality, but we have to implement and embody and actually take the action in order to see the manifestation. All right, so let's just get a little bit more information with this deck here. That was beautiful. Okay, let's see. What do we need to hear? 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 Okay, this is cool. So we have two aces. We have the Ace of Pentacles. And we have the Ace of Wands. So I'm actually going to just read the little blips out of the book real quick here. All right, so Ace of Pentacles. So we have the beginning of a new venture or task, new ideas, planting seeds for the future, great potential for success, manifesting power, ambitions, and prosperity. And the shadow side of this card is the need to create strong foundations to support your dream, risk of financial loss, missed opportunities, the need to prioritize, being overly greedy and missing the bigger picture. So freshly rooted beginnings. This ace is a powerhouse of possibility and reveals the materialization of earthly ambitions and all the wonderful things. When you seed your future by planting your very first intentions, things feel so excited, raw, and possible, don't they? Hold on to those feelings of optimism and success, for the new start that you are welcoming to your life right now has incredible potential to thrive. Your ace initiates a timeline where your future wealth, health, and material abundance are ushered in. By figuring out your soil conditions, your watering schedule, and the needs of this unique seed, you will be able to see it through to fruition. Bring your determination and dedication, and see your abundance spring to life in the form of successful outcomes, material and financial wins, and soul-satisfying well-being. With this wonderful message, for good things to come, it's time to visualize, attract, prioritize, and act. I plant my goals with intentions, direct focus, and faith. Okay, awesome. So, well, that actually shifted everything that I've said on another note now. So on top of purifying, we're also being asked, what is it that we want to see come to fruition? So instead of just focusing on, your shadow side, it's like, focus on what it is that you want, the feelings that you want to feel, the life that you want to live, what it is that brings you joy, what it is that's going to, connect the community, that's going to, make you feel worthy. Well, not make you feel, but something that you know that you are worthy of. I'm hearing work, so maybe there's some people that need to hear that around work. Shifting out of old jobs and old energies that just aren't serving them, especially with this energy, and realizing your significance. So yeah, like focusing on what it is that is good. What is good? What are you grateful for? What do you enjoy doing? How can you use your creativity and really grow your roots here? Plant your seed. Okay, so then the Ace of Wands, and then I'm going to close up here for the week. Okay, so Ace of Wands, we have the Light Seer, new ideas, the seed of potential, the arrival of inspiration, illumination, intense creativity, the mirror-like nature of consciousness, the interconnectedness of all things, the ability to manifest anything. The shadow side, feeling uninspired, creative blocks, the mind needing rest, unfocused energy resulting in burnout, a time to bolster your faith in yourself. So with these two cards, I'm really getting like sustainability, it's like, okay, it's one thing to have this fire, this passion here with the Ace of Wands, but it's like, okay, but is this sustainable? Is this something that's going to serve you for a long time, that is going to bring community together, that is going to give you a place in the world that you feel safe and heard and seen? And because that does exist for you. So you have to know that you are worthy of that in order to experience that. This ace contains all the sparks for all the ideas, and they are generating intensely powerful light for you right now. She is connecting you with the one cosmic mind, a universe consciousness, and her delightfully magical soup that is brimming with colossal creativity. A flame burns here that is meant for you, but it hasn't been put to use yet. What will you create with this boundless potential? Stay open to receive inspiration and insight. You may be shown new information about your divine purpose or soul path, or you may even feel compelled to put something completely new into the world. If it feels good, it probably is good. And even though this ace can only predict the inception of something new, it also suggests that all of the energy to bring this project, idea, or feeling to a successful completion is available to you. I seed my brilliant future with the roots of creativity and inspiration. Okay, perfect. So this is that. This This is that. This is, so this is basically receiving. This is the feminine. This is receiving the idea, and this is the masculine actually planting the seed, right? So aces, these are both new beginnings. This is like the etheric. This is the spirit. This is the idea, the intuition, the listening. And then this is the action. This is the actual, like, planting the seed, tilling the soil, making sure you're giving it water, so on and so forth, and actually nourishing it. So, and balancing the two. So it's like keeping the passion as you sustain it. So it's like balancing between the two so that you don't lose your passion in building it, but also, you create a solid foundation with that passion. Okay, one more card. One more, just because I love it. One more just to close it out. Perfect. I love it. The sun. So I'm going to read that. 19 as well, so it's a 10 numerologically. Or 1, right? New beginning. That's the point. Okay, so light seer. Joy, inspiration, success, abundance, and fulfillment, exuberant creativity, positivity, love, manifesting dreams, inner beauty, and a yes card. And the shadow side. So delays, negative mindset, self-doubt, or lack of confidence. A need to tune out a negative mindset and to find inspiration. So this is going to be the line that we're going to be walking this week. So that's the perfect way to close it out, right? So it's like, we're going to, we want to feel the joy and the inspiration, the success, the abundance, the fulfillment. So tap into that feeling. But then the difficulty is going to be that we're feeling delayed or having a negative mindset or having self-doubt or lacking confidence or needing to tune out of your negative mindset to find inspiration. So that's the fine line that we're going to be walking this week. And so keep rising above, keep connecting to your heart space, keep, asking your higher self for guidance, asking the universe for signs, whatever it is that's going to get you on your path and on your purpose to feel fulfilled in this lifetime. So it is coming, it is in your hands, and I'm sending you guys all the love, all the healing this week, and enjoy. I will talk to you next week. Bye.